Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I am Mannat Sharma from Oliveboard, and I'm here with the PYQs. So we are going to do just a sec. हाँ. So we are going to do PYQs. हमने ये start कर दिया है series. आपका EPFO का notification out है ना? तो अभी at 4 p.m. also I took up a class जिसमें हमने discuss किया था trend analysis के बारे में, right? So I have started off with the series कि हम सब्जेक्ट वाइज जो है वो PYQs को कर लेंगे. The first class was related to economy. तो हमने इकोनॉमी के PYQs किए थे. ठीक है. In today's session we are going to cover polity and governance related MCQs which were asked in the previous year. तो हम PYQs देखेंगे. Why these sessions are necessary is because so that you can understand कि किस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, आपने किन चीजों पे फोकस करना है, कैसे किस लेवल के क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, that becomes very important, है ना? तो पॉलिटी एंड गवर्नेंस आज का टॉपिक रहेगा. इसमें देखते हैं कैसे टाइप के क्वेश्चंस है, एक्सप्लेनेशंस भी देखेंगे. तो आपको इससे ये आइडिया मिलेगा कि आपने इस सब्जेक्ट में से क्या क्या पढ़ना है. ओके, आई होप यू अटेंडेड द प्रीवियस क्लास आल्सो. पहले हमने इकोनॉमी कवर किया है. अगर आपने इकोनॉमी अभी तक नहीं कवर किया है तो आप उसको भी कर सकते हैं. टुडेज एजेंडा इज पॉलिटी एंड गवर्नेंस. ओके, सो वेरी गुड इवनिंग टू यू शिल्पी. आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू डूइंग वेल, ऑल ऑफ यू आर स्टडीइंग. ठीक है, तो अब हम शुरू करते हैं. द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ऑन बोर्ड फॉर यू. Which of the following statements regarding the attendance of retired judges at sittings of the Supreme Court of India are correct? यानी कि इसमें अटेंडेंस की बात कर रहे हैं, रिटायर्ड जजेस की बात कर रहे हैं. when they are sitting, जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट की सिटिंग्स हो रही होती है तो उसमें अटेंडेंस का क्या रोल है. ठीक है. सो first statement here is Article 128 permits the attendance of retired judges at the sittings of the Supreme Court. तो क्या Article 128 है? The Chief Justice of India may at any time request anyone who has held office as a judge of the Supreme Court or of a High Court to sit and act as a judge of the Supreme Court. क्या ऐसा Chief Justice of India कर सकता है? Third statement है the Chief Justice of India may at any time with the previous consent of the President of India. तो यहाँ पे consent क्या है President of India का? Request any person who has held the office of Chief Justice of a High Court to sit and act as a judge of the Supreme Court. Fourth statement है the Chief Justice of India may at any time with the previous consent of the President of India request any person who has held the office of a judge of the Supreme Court to sit and act as a judge of the Supreme Court. You have to select the correct answer. इसमें से correct statement कौन से हैं? 1 and 4 only, 1 and 3, 2 and 4 or 4 only. What is the answer? बताइए. फटाफट I want you to write down the answer in the comment section. Read the statements very carefully. ठीक है? Good evening, Manish. Manish is saying A. What about others? Shilpi, what about you? What about others who are attending the class? What is the answer of the first question? अटेंडेंस के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे ऑफ रिटायर्ड जजेस एट सिटिंग्स ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया. क्या क्या करेक्ट है इसमें? So you are saying A and that is absolutely correct. तो first और fourth statement correct. तो आर्टिकल 128 है जो परमिट करता है अटेंडेंस ऑफ रिटायर्ड जजेस एट द सिटिंग्स ऑफ द सुप्रीम. ठीक है. और जो चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया है वो किसी भी टाइम एट एनी टाइम विद द प्रीवियस कॉन्सेंट ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया. तो जो चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया है उनको प्रेसिडेंट का कॉन्सेंट लेना है to request any person who has held the office of a judge of the Supreme Court. तो कोई पहले अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जज है to sit and act as a judge of the Supreme Court, उनको ही हम इनवाइट कर सकते हैं कि आप भाई जज बन के बैठ जाओ इस सिटिंग. ठीक है. ये आर्टिकल 128. ठीक है. चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. The board of a cooperative society can be superseded or kept under suspension. किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? बोर्ड कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी का. If there is negligence in the performance of duties, there is any act prejudicial to the interest of the cooperative society or its members, the body has failed to conduct elections in accordance with the provisions of the State Act, there is no government shareholding or loan or financial assistance or any guarantee by the government. You have to select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 3 and 4 only, or 1, 2 and 3. What is the answer? Manish is saying 56 D. Anybody else would like to answer? कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी का बोर्ड हम कब सुपरसीड कर सकते हैं या सस्पेंड कर सकते हैं? यू आर सेइंग डी व्हिच इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. वेरी गुड मनीष. 1 2 एंड 3. तो अगली तो इसका बेसिकली क्राइटेरिया रहता है कि कब आप सुपरसीड कर सकते हैं बोर्ड. ठीक है, तो पहला है सुपर सेशन और सस्पेंशन ऑफ बोर्ड एंड अरेंजिंग फॉर इंटरिम मैनेजमेंट ऑफ द सोसाइटी शैल बी डन ऑन द फॉलोइंग ग्राउंड्स. या तो परसिस्टेंट डिफॉल्ट है और नेग्लिजेंस इन द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ इट्स ड्यूटीज. तो पहला तो यही था, है ना. फिर the board has committed any act prejudicial to the interest of the cooperative society or its members. तो आपका सेकेंड पॉइंट भी ये है. ठीक है. Or there is a stalemate in the constitution or functions of the board, or state cooperative election authority as provided under this act has failed to conduct elections in accordance with the provisions of the act. Society failed to comply with instructions issued by the registrar under section 31 of the act. The society failed to comply with instructions issued by the registrar under section 31 of the act. ठीक है, तो यहीं पे यहाँ पे ये भी है. The body has failed to conduct elections in accordance with the provisions of the state act. तो इसका आंसर है 1 2 and 3. Very good Manish. ठीक है. Which of the following statements regarding the member of parliament local area development scheme are correct? तो कौन से यहाँ पे correct हैं? Firstly, the nodal ministry for the scheme is Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Second is funds released under the scheme are non-lapsable. The role of the Member of Parliament is limited to recommending works. The scheme is confined to the state from which the Member of Parliament is elected. However, a Member of Parliament from Rajya Sabha can recommend works anywhere in the country. So you have to select the correct answer. 1 and 4 only, 1, 2 and 3 only, 2 and 3, 2, 3 and 4 only, or 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the answer? What is the answer to this question? 1, 2, 3 and 4, या फिर 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3, या फिर 1 and 4. So Manish has given me B as the answer. Shilpi says B, which is absolutely correct. So the Rajya Sabha members can recommend works in one or more districts in the state from where he or she has been elected and not anywhere in the country. Okay? Chalo. Which of the following was not recommended by the Dinesh Goswami Committee in 1990? The appointment of the Chief Election Commissioner should be made by the President of India in consultation with the Chief Justice of India and the Leader of Opposition. The member of Election Commission should be appointed by the President on the advice of a committee consisting of Prime Minister and Leader of Opposition. The consultation process should have a statutory backing. The appointment of the other election commissioner should be made in consultation with the Chief Election Commissioner, the Chief Justice of India and the Leader of the Opposition. तो इसमें से क्या रेकमेंड नहीं किया था दिनेश गोस्वामी कमिटी ने? 58th question, what is the answer? B is absolutely correct. Shilpi, Manish, absolutely correct. Members of Election Commission should be appointed by the President of India on the advice of a committee consisting of Prime Minister and Leader of Opposition. This is absolutely wrong. ठीक है, ये नहीं recommend किया. ठीक है, तो चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया है प्राइम मिनिस्टर के बजाय. ओके, चलो. Which one of the following is not a constitutional body in India? National Human Rights Commission, National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, National Commission for Backward Classes, National Commission for Scheduled Castes. अब देखो यहाँ पे एक डिफरेंस समझते हैं. एक तो है स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी, एक होता है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी, एक होता है अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल वर्ड, एक होता है नॉन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी. ठीक है, तो ये एक चार चीजें आपको समझनी है. ये डिफरेंस क्या है? देखो, जो स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी होती है ना, इट इज मेड बाय एन एक्ट. तो अगर एक्ट बना है किसी चीज के लिए और उस एक्ट के थ्रू कोई बॉडी बनी है तो उसे हम बोलते हैं स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी, जो एक स्टैट्यूट से बनी है, किसी एक्ट से बनी है ना। कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडीज, जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में लिखा है, जिस बॉडी के बारे में कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में लिखा है। नॉन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी होती है जो बॉडी बनी है लेकिन वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में नहीं लिखा है, इसको हम एक्स्ट्रा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी भी बोलते हैं, कि बाद में हमने ऐड की है, जब इनिशियली कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बना था तब ये नहीं बनी थी। अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल हो गया जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को वायोलेट करता है, ठीक है। तो ये डिफरेंस आपको पता होना चाहिए है। एंड द करेक्ट आंसर इज NHRC. A is the correct answer. It's not D, Shilpi. NHRC was established on 12th October 1993 under the Protection of Human Rights Act of 1993 and not through the Constitutional Amendment Act. तो जो आपकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी होती है वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट एक्ट से बनती है, ठीक है। जो नेशनल कमीशन फॉर शेड्यूल्ड ट्राइब्स है वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट एक्ट ऑफ 2003 और बैकवर्ड क्लासेस वाली 2018 कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट एक्ट से बनी है। तो जो आपकी NHRC है उसके लिए हमने एक एक्ट बनाया है, तो कौन सी बॉडी हुई है? स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी, ठीक है। तो ये क्या हुई? स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी, राइट, ठीक है। आई होप ये डिफरेंस, ये चार का डिफरेंस आपको पता होना चाहिए। स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल, अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल, नॉन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल या फिर एक्स्ट्रा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल, ठीक है। आई होप दिस इज क्लियर। What are the prerequisites for declaring any area as a scheduled area under the 5th schedule of the Constitution of India? Preponderance of tribal population, या फिर हम बोल सकते हैं dominance of tribal population, compactness and reasonable size of the area, economic backwardness of the area, and the notification must be issued by the governor of the concerned state. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 2 and 4 only, 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3 and 4. What is the answer? Quickly tell me. Sixty. Manish is saying B. Anybody else would like to answer? B is absolutely the correct answer. 1, 2, 3 only. ठीक है, तो प्रीडोमिनेंस ऑफ, यहाँ पे प्रीडोमिनेंस ऑफ ट्राइबल पॉपुलेशन तो है, कॉम्पैक्टनेस एंड रीजनेबल साइज ऑफ द एरिया, thirdly इकोनॉमिक बैकवर्डनेस। जो ये नोटिफिकेशन है ये गवर्नर नहीं इश्यू करता, इट इज इश्यूड बाय द प्रेसिडेंट थ्रू एन ऑर्डर आफ्टर कंसल्टेशन विद द गवर्नर, ठीक है। तो गवर्नर ही नहीं इश्यू करता, प्रेसिडेंट इश्यू करता है, लेकिन ऑफ कोर्स गवर्नर को भी कंसल्टेशन होती है, ठीक है। The railway budget was separated from the general budget owing to Distributive Convention of 1925, Separation Convention of 1924, Bifurcation of Estimates of 1924, Equalizing Convention of 1925. What is the answer? What is the answer to this question? What is the answer? रेलवे बजट सेपरेट हुआ था जनरल बजट से, लेकिन कौन सा कन्वेंशन है या एस्टिमेट्स है? डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिव सेपरेशन कन्वेंशन, बाइफर्केशन ऑफ एस्टिमेट्स या इक्वलाइजिंग कन्वेंशन? So you're saying B, which is absolutely correct. So railway budget as first separated from general budget following the recommendations of the Ackworth Committee. तो Ackworth Committee की recommendations थी और 1924 में ये जो separation convention है वो निकला था, उसके थ्रू railway budget was separated from the general budget. Okay. So yes, B, Manish, Shilpi, absolutely correct. Next question. Which of the following statements about the National Skill Development Corporation is or are not correct? It is a not-for-profit public limited company set up by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. It promotes skill development by catalyzing the creation of only large quality and non-profit vocational institutions. You have to select the correct answer using the code. One only, two only, one and two, neither one nor two. What is the answer? 62 Manish is saying C. Anyone else? C is not the correct answer. B only है इसका आंसर. Both 1 and 2 नहीं. यहाँ पे not correct पूछा था. ठीक है, तो 2 only. तो not correct सिर्फ ये है. It promotes, जो ये आपका national NSDC है, it is a not for profit public limited company set up by Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. ये सही है. दूसरा आपका गलत है. It supports enterprises, startups, organizations by providing funding support, concessional loans and other innovative financial products. और यहाँ पे देखिए only large quality and non-profit vocational institutions. Only जहाँ पे word आ जाए वो बहुत extreme word रहता है. And always remember this is most likely 99.99% जहाँ पे only word आ गया वो गलत ही रहता है. ठीक है. Which of the following statements with reference to Atal Vayo Abhyuday Yojana is or are correct? Fulfill basic needs of destitute elderly citizens. Build and strengthen intergenerational relationships through regional resource and training centers. Provide guaranteed monthly pension to elderly citizens. Establish Atal incubation centers for elderly citizens. You have to select the correct answer from the following 1, 2 and 4, 3 and 4 only, 1 and 2 only, or 1 only. What's the answer? Manish Singh, ma'am. Okay, Manish, I'll check it out and let you know at the end of the class. After class, okay? I'll connect with you on Telegram. Let me check. 60-second question. Okay? Okay, chalo. Tell me the answer for this question. Atal Vayo Abhyuday Yojana. Which of the following are correct? 63, you are saying C. Anyone else? Shilpi is saying B. But the answer is C. 1 and 2 only. So, Atal Vayo Abhyuday Yojana fulfill basic needs of destitute elderly citizens. तो ये elderly के लिए है. ठीक है. And build and strengthen intergenerational relationships through regional resource and training centers. ये सही है. Guaranteed monthly pension इस पे नहीं कहा गया है. Establish Atal incubation centers for elderly citizens. ये भी नहीं हो सकता. ठीक है. So the components of the scheme are integrated program for senior citizens, state action plan for senior citizens, Rashtriya Vayashri Yojana, senior citizens opportunities for productive engagement, senior care aging growth engine. There is no objective of guaranteed monthly pension. ठीक है? Okay? चलो. The right of workers to resort to strike is a fundamental right, a statutory right, a common law right, or an equitable right. What is the answer? क्या ये fundamental right है? Resort to strike करना क्या आपका fundamental right है, या statutory right है, या common law right है, या फिर equitable right? What's the answer? What is the answer? Sixty-fourth question. What is the answer? क्या ये स्ट्राइक करना आपका फंडामेंटल राइट है, स्टैट्यूटरी राइट है, कॉमन लॉ राइट है, या फिर इक्विटेबल राइट है? Absolutely correct, Manish. Common law right. ठीक है? So it's a common law right recognized under the Industrial Disputes Act of 1947. Okay? Which of the following statements regarding the ordinance making power of the governor are not correct? यहाँ पे not पूछा है. ठीक है? It is a discretionary power and does not entail the advice of the ministers. The ordinance making power of the governor is confined to subjects in all the three lists of Schedule 7. With regard to repugnancy with the union law relating to the concurrent subjects, the governor's ordinance will prevail notwithstanding repugnancy if the ordinance has been made in pursuance of instructions of the President of India. You have to find the correct code. 1 and 2 only, 1, 2 and 3, 2 and 3 or 3 only. 65th question. इसे पूछे जो गलत नहीं है, ordinance making power of the governor. Ordinance तब बनता है when your parliament या फिर parliament in case of the center and अगर हम state की बात करते हैं तो जो आपकी legislative state legislative assembly है, अगर वो session में नहीं होती और अगर कोई लॉ बनाने की जरूरत पड़ जाए तब हम बनाते हैं ऑर्डिनेंस. और वो कौन बनाता है? प्रेसिडेंट या गवर्नर. सेंटर में प्रेसिडेंट और स्टेट में गवर्नर. ठीक है, ठीक बात. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. तो इसका आंसर क्या है? 65. यू आर गिविंग मी ए एज द आंसर. शिल्पी, वुड यू लाइक टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन? यहाँ पे नॉट करेक्ट पूछा है तो ए इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. मनीष, 1 and 2 ओनली. इट इज जो आपका ये विच इज नॉट करेक्ट है ना. तो इट इज अ डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर एंड डज नॉट एंटेल द एडवाइस ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स. ऐसा नहीं है, डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर नहीं है. ठीक है. The ordinance making power of the governor is confined to subjects in all the 3 lists of the Schedule 7? No. ठीक है. So under Article 213, the ordinance making power of the governor is not discretionary and it is also not confined to the subjects under central list of Schedule 7. ठीक है. ये दोनों चीजें गलत है. Which of the following statements about curative petition is or are correct? Curative petition. It can be entertained by the Supreme Court of India only. It can be entertained by Supreme Court of India and the High Court of India. Certification by a senior advocate is necessary to file a curative petition. 1 only, 3 only, 2 and 3 या फिर 1 and 3. What's the answer? For 66th question. Manish is saying D, 66D. Anybody else would like to answer? Curative petition का मतलब पता होना चाहिए इससे पहले तो, right? So the answer is D, absolutely correct. एक curative जो petition है, it is supported by Article 137. As per its guidelines, the petition must include a certification from a senior advocate emphasizing significant reasons. It needs to be made within 30 days from the judgment is passed and it can be entertained only by the Supreme Court. ठीक है. इसमें करेक्ट सिर्फ 1 और 3 है. सर्टिफिकेशन सीनियर एडवोकेट की चाहिए है, सिर्फ सुप्रीम कोर्ट कर सकता है, हाई कोर्ट्स नहीं कर सकते क्यूरेटिव पेटिशन. ठीक है. Consider the following statements. The Department of Economic Affairs is a nodal agency of the Government of India to formulate and monitor the country's economic policies and programs that have a bearing on the domestic and international aspects of economic management. Second statement है, the principal responsibility of the Department of Economic Affairs is the preparation and presentation of union budget, including the railway budget before the parliament, and the budgets for UTs and states under the president's rule. You have to identify which of the following are correct. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. What is the answer? What is the answer? 67th question. C is absolutely correct. Both 1 and 2. So Department of Economic Affairs, it is a nodal agency of the Government of India. Our principal responsibility क्या है? Preparation and presentation of union budget and the budgets for UTs and states under the President's rule. Alright? Chalo. Which of the following statements regarding the District Planning Committee and Metropolitan Planning Committee are correct? In case of the District Planning Committee, at least 4/5 of the members shall be elected by the elected members of the district level panchayat and of municipalities in the district from amongst themselves. Their proportion would be in accordance with the ratio of urban to rural population of the district. Second क्या है? In case of the Metropolitan Planning Committee, at least 2/3 of the members of the committee shall be elected by the elected members of the municipalities and the chairpersons of the panchayats in the metropolitan area from amongst themselves. The proportion of the seats to be shared by them would be based on the ratio of the population of the municipalities and of the panchayats in the area. You have to select the correct answer. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. What is the answer? District Planning Committee and Metropolitan Planning Committee. क्या करेक्ट है इनमें से? 68, you are saying both 1 and 2. Manish is saying C, both 1 and 2, and that is absolutely correct. और ये दोनों ही आर्टिकल 243ZD and 243ZE of the Indian Constitution उसके बाद. ठीक है? Okay, correct. Which of the following are the major objectives of setting up of Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council, BIRA? Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council, इसके major objectives क्या हैं? To foster innovations on entrepreneurship, to promote affordable innovations in key social sectors, to empower startups and small and medium enterprises, to encourage young investigators for entrepreneurial and managerial development in SMEs in biotechnology. You have to select the correct answer using the code given below. 1, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 4 only, 2, 3 and 4 only, 1, 2, 3 and 4. What's the answer? 69th question. मेजर ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या हैं बायोटेक्नोलॉजी इंडस्ट्री रिसर्च असिस्टेंस काउंसिल के? बिरा. Read the question carefully and answer. हाँ जी मनीष, शिल्पी, what's the answer? So the correct answer is D. Very good. The key strategies are basically 1, 2, 3, 4 to foster entrepreneurship, to promote affordable innovation, empower startups, encourage young investigators for entrepreneurial and managerial development. ठीक है? Contribute through partners for capability enhancement, enable commercialization of discovery, ensure global competitiveness. ठीक है? और core values क्या है बिरा की? Integrity, transparency, teamwork, excellence and commitment. ठीक है? Absolutely correct. D. ठीक है? Which of the following was or were recommended by the Thungan Committee in respect of local governments in India? Constitutional status, 3-year term. You have to select the correct answer. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor. What's the answer? What is the correct answer? A, you are saying, which is absolutely correct. So this Thungan Committee was formed in 1988 to recommend measures for strengthening and decentralization of Panchayati Raj institutions in India. And some of the committee recommendations were that the Panchayati Raj bodies should be constitutionally recognized with a 3-tier system and fixed tenure of 5 years. Okay. E-Sanjeevani, a scheme of the Government of India, serves which one of the following objectives? It creates a database of people who are affected by COVID-19. It promotes the use of telemedicine, establishes an electronic national clinical registry, efficient promotion of health advisories. What's the answer? What is E-Sanjeevani? _71 question. Manish is saying 71A. No, 71A, no. E-Sanjeevani portal. It's related to health. But what is the answer? The answer is it promotes the use of telemedicine, not affected by COVID-19. ये बिल्कुल गलत है. It is the National Telemedicine Service of India, which is launched by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in order to address critical gaps in India's healthcare system. ठीक है, तो e-संजीवनी is for telemedicine. Please don't forget it. Okay. Which of the following statements about recommendations of the 15th Finance Commission are correct? Basic or untied grants can be used by rural local bodies for location-specific felt needs under the 29 subjects enshrined in the 11th schedule of the Constitution of India, except for salaries and other establishment costs. Tied grants can be used for basic services of sanitation and maintenance of ODF status, management and treatment of household waste and human excreta. It recommended health grants to create diagnostic infrastructure in primary health care facilities. You have to select the correct answer. 1 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 3. What is the answer? 72. D is absolutely correct. 1, 2, 3, all of them are the recommendations of the 15th Finance Commission. ठीक है? What are some other recommendations? Fiscal deficit और जो debt levels हैं, the Commission suggested that the center bring down fiscal deficit to 4% of GDP by 25-26. ये recent है, पहले तो initially 3% की बात की थी, initially. ठीक है? For states, it recommended the fiscal deficit limit of 4% in 21-22, 3.5% 22-23, 3% 23-26. ठीक है? और फिर इसमें डिफेंस एंड इंटरनल जो डिफेंस एंड इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी है उसमें भी डेडिकेटेड नॉन लैप्सिबल फंड called the Modernization Fund for Defense and Internal Security. This will also be constituted according to the 15th Finance Commission. ठीक है? Centrally sponsored scheme जो है उसके लिए threshold should be fixed for annual allocation to CSS below which the funding for a CSS should be stopped. तो ये कुछ extra थे, आपको 15th Finance Commission के recommendations पढ़ लेनी चाहिए in detail because you can be asked a lot of questions from here. अभी भी, okay? And up to 16th Finance Commission की भी recommendations आने वाली हैं, right? So which of the following statements about the functions of the State Finance Commission are correct? It reviews the financial position of the local governments in the state. It reviews the distribution of revenue between rural and urban local governments. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 nor 2. What is the answer? C is absolutely correct and this is Article 280 of the Indian Constitution. ठीक है, उसमें ये लिखा है. CAMPA fund is regulated by which of the following ministries? Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, or the Ministry of Defense. ये आपका compensatory afforestation वाला fund है, CAMPA fund. Compensatory afforestation. What does it mean? कि if in case अगर कोई इंडस्ट्री है जो एक एरिया में काफी ज्यादा वहां पे जैसे डिफॉरेस्टेशन कर रही है किसी एरिया में, तो उतना ही जितना डिफॉरेस्टेशन किया है उतना आप कॉम्पनसेट करने के लिए पैसा देंगे ताकि हम कहीं और उतना ही प्लांटेशन कर दें. दैट इज व्हाट इज कॉम्पनसेटरी एफॉरेस्टेशन फंड जो है वो किस लिए है कि अगर आप यहाँ पे डिफॉरेस्टेशन कर रहे हो तो उतना ही पैसा आप अलग से इस फंड में डालो, हम कहीं और इसकी एफॉरेस्टेशन करेंगे कॉम्पनसेट करने के लिए. ठीक है? So you guys are saying C, which is absolutely correct. It is compensatory afforestation fund management and planning authority, which is the nodal advisory council for monitoring, technical assistance and evaluation of compensatory afforestation activities. It was established in 2004. Okay, so C is absolutely correct. Which one of the following articles of the Constitution of India prohibits employment of children in factory or mine or any other hazardous employment? Article 19, Article 21, Article 23 or Article 24? What is the answer? 75th question. Prohibits employment of children in factory or mine or in any hazardous employment. Very important article for the children. Article 19, Article 21, Article 23 और Article 24. Article 19 तो आपका freedom से related है ना? You're saying article, you guys are saying D, Nagendra is saying C, Manish is saying D. The answer is D, Article 24. Article 24 mentions no child below the age of 14 years shall be employed to work in any factory or mine or engaged in any hazardous employment. 19 तो आपका article related to freedom है, life and liberty 21 है, minority से related 23 है, ठीक है? Article 43 of the Constitution of India enjoins the state to endeavor through legislation or economic organization for payment of which of the following wages? Living wage, minimum wage, fair wage या need-based minimum wage. This is your DPSP, Directive Principle of State Policy, है ना? उसके अंदर है आपका Article 43. तो बताओ what is the answer? इसमें मिनिमम वेज की बात करते हैं, लिविंग वेज की बात करते हैं, फेयर वेज की बात करते हैं या नीड बेस्ड मिनिमम वेज की बात करते हैं? $76 you are saying A, which is absolutely correct. तो आर्टिकल 43 में क्या कहा है? That the state shall endeavor to secure by suitable legislation or economic organization or in any other way to all workers, चाहे वो agricultural है, industrial है or otherwise, work a living age. Conditions of work ensuring a decent standard of life, full enjoyment of leisure, social and cultural opportunities, and in particular, the state shall endeavor to promote cottage industries on an individual or cooperative basis in rural areas. तो क्या है? Living wage की बात, ठीक है? Which of the following expenditures are charged to the Consolidated Fund of India? The debt charges for which the Government of India is liable, the emoluments and allowances of the President and other expenditure relating to his or her office, the salaries, allowances and pensions payable to or in respect of judges of the Supreme Court, the salaries and allowances of the chairman and deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha and the speaker and deputy speaker of the Lok Sabha. तो इसमें से कौन सा कंसोलिडेटेड फंड ऑफ इंडिया से निकलता है? देखो 3 टाइप्स के फंड रहते हैं, राइट? एक तो होता है कंसोलिडेटेड फंड ऑफ इंडिया, एक होता है आपका कंटिजेंसी फंड, है ना, और एक होता है आपका पब्लिक अकाउंट फंड, है ना? तो जो आपका CFI फंड होता है, इसमें सारी सैलरीज एंड ऑल जो भी गवर्नमेंट का रेवेन्यू वगैरह होता है ना, वो इसमें जाता है और इससे सैलरीज एंड ऑल जो देना ही देना होता है वो CFI से जाता है, कंसोलिडेटेड फंड ऑफ इंडिया। कंटिजेंसी नाम से आपको पता चल रहा है कि ये एक इमरजेंसी फंड है, इमरजेंसी के टाइम यूज होगा। और पब्लिक अकाउंट है एक सोशल सिक्योरिटी अकाउंट या हम सबका अकाउंट है जिसमें हमारा पैसा सेफ पड़ा है। कोई भी जैसे सोशल सिक्योरिटी स्कीम है जैसे EPF वगैरह है जिसमें से पैसा आप निकाल ही नहीं सकते, वो हो गया आपका पब्लिक अकाउंट। सो व्हाट इज द आंसर फॉर 77th क्वेश्चन? 1 and 2 only, 1 2 3 4 2 3 4 या फिर 3 and 4? What is the answer? 77th question. Manish is saying B, Nagendra is saying A. The correct answer is B, 1 2 3 4, ठीक है? तो सारे ही सारे एक्सपेंडिचर्स आर चार्ज अंडर द कंसोलिडेटेड फंड ऑफ इंडिया। तो यहाँ पे ये आर्टिकल 266 क्लॉज 1 है, आप इसको पढ़ लीजिएगा, ओके? Which one of the following which one of the following facts pertaining to the National Green Tribunal is not correct? NGT के में से क्या करेक्ट नहीं है? कौन सा फैक्ट करेक्ट नहीं है? The NGT was set up in the year 2010. Its purpose is to ensure effective and expeditious disposal of cases relating to environmental protection and conservation of forests and other natural resources. It is bound by the procedure laid down under the Code of Civil Procedure. It is guided by the principles of natural justice. What is the answer? 78th question. What is the answer? 78 you're saying D, but D is not the correct answer. इसमें not correct पूछा था, ठीक है? not correct. तो it is bound by the procedure laid down by the Code of Civil Procedure नहीं. So the National Green Tribunal, it has been established on 18th uh, October 2010 under the National Green Tribunal Act of 2010 for effective and expeditious disposal of cases relating to environmental protection and conservation of forests and other natural resources. The tribunal shall not be bound by the procedure laid down by the Code of Civil Procedure 1908. Take it, it is not to be laid down, but shall be guided by the principles of natural justice. The tribunal is mandated to make an endeavor for disposal of applications or appeals finally within 6 months of filing of the same. Okay? Okay? Which one of the following is the mandate of the Committee on Estimates? It reports on what economies, improvements in organization, efficiency, or administrative reform consistent with the policy underlying the estimates may be effected. Second, it scrutinizes appropriation and finance accounts of the government. It examines reports of the Comptroller and Auditor General and whether public undertakings are run efficiently. It examines bills on matters of general public interest. What is the answer? 79th का क्या आंसर है? Write in the comment section and tell me. Committee on Estimates का क्या रोल है? 79th question. हाँ जी मनीष, नगेंद्र, शिल्पी, बताइए क्या है आंसर 79। क्या मैंडेट है कमिटी ऑफ एस्टिमेट्स का? कमिटी ऑन एस्टिमेट्स का? So the answer is A. It reports on what economies, improvements in organization, efficiency or administrative reform consistent with the policy underlying the estimates may be effected. ठीक है? ये functions है, क्या क्या functions है? पहला जो हमने ये पढ़ा ये पहला statement था, ठीक है? Second, to suggest alternative policies in order to bring about efficiency and economy in administration. Thirdly, to examine whether the money is well laid out within the limits of the policy implied in the estimates, and to suggest the form in which the estimates shall be presented to the parliament. ठीक है? Which one of the following does not figure in the list of languages in the 8th schedule of the Constitution of India? जहां पे आपकी official languages लिखी हैं. डोगरी, भोटी, मैथिली, संथली. What is the answer? इसमें से कौन सी 8th शेड्यूल में नहीं है? डोगरी, भोटी, मैथिली या फिर संथली? What is the answer? So the answer is Bhoti, absolutely correct Manish. 8th शेड्यूल में कौन सी लैंग्वेजेस आती हैं? एक तो 22 लैंग्वेजेस आती हैं. Assamese, बंगाली, गुजराती, ठीक है, हिंदी, कन्नड़, कश्मीरी, कोंकणी, मलयालम, मणिपुरी, मराठी, नेपाली, उड़िया, पंजाबी, संस्कृत, सिंधी, तमिल, तेलुगु, उर्दू, बोडो, संथली, मैथिली एंड डोगरी. इसमें भोती नहीं है. ठीक है? ओके. Who among the following speakers of Lok Sabha formally disassociated from the political party after his election as the speaker? G.V. Mavalankar, Sardar Hukam Singh, Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy, P.A. Sangma. What is the answer? Who among the following speakers of Lok Sabha formally disassociated from the political party after election as the speaker? 81st question का क्या आंसर है? Very few questions are left, so let's quickly wind this up. 81, you're saying C. Anyone else? Shilpi, Nagendra? C is absolutely correct. So Neelam Sanjeeva Reddy, he is the only speaker since independence who, after assuming the office of speaker, formally resigned from his political party, and the only speaker who was later unanimously elected as the प्रेसिडेंट. यूजुअली ऐसा ही होना चाहिए. ये एक ड्रॉबैक है हमारा कि यूजुअली जो ये स्पीकर है वो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी से रिजाइन नहीं करता. ठीक है, जबकि ऐसा यूके में होता है, ठीक है, तो ये ऐसा ही होना चाहिए यहाँ पे भी, ठीक है। इट इज वन ऑफ द सोल्यूशन विच इज ऑफर्ड फॉर अनबायसनेस, ठीक है। अच्छा, अंडर सुकन्या समृद्धि योजना, व्हाट इज द मैक्सिमम अमाउंट that can be deposited during a financial year? 1.5 lakh, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 2.5 lakh. What is the answer? Under Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, what is the maximum amount that can be deposited during a financial year? 82. D you're saying, but the answer is A. ठीक है, तो जो ये सुकन्या समृद्धि योजना है, इसमें मिनिमम डिपॉजिट इज 250 रुपीज, मैक्सिमम डिपॉजिट इज 1.5 lakh in a financial year. Account can be opened in the name of a girl child till she attains the age of 10 years. ठीक है, only one account can be opened in the name of a girl child and in post offices and in authorized banks. ठीक है, the account can be prematurely closed in case of marriage of a girl child after her attaining the age of 18 years. Interest earned in the account is free from income tax under section 10 of IT Act. ठीक है, तो 1.5 lakh है इसका आंसर. Okay. Which one of the following is the name of the scheme introduced as a well-targeted system of service delivery to LPG customers? क्या है स्कीम? सहज, पहल, उदय या फिर उड़ान? क्या है आंसर? सहज, पहल, उदय या फिर उड़ान? Service delivery to LPG customers. What is the answer? 83B, C. The correct answer is A. ना B है ना C है, A. So under the PEHEL scheme, LPG cylinders are sold at non-subsidized price, and the applicable subsidy to the LPG customers are transferred directly into the bank account DBT. तो वो खरीदते तो उतने का ही है, say 900 रुपीस का खरीदते हैं, लेकिन मान लो उनको सिर्फ 500 का पड़ेगा, तो उनको पे तो 900 करना पड़ेगा, वापस आ जाएगा उनको बाकी का 400 रुपए. ठीक है. Under Sehaj, the electronic subscription voucher emailed to the customer upon release of LPG connection online. This facility enables the customer to register, making payment online for availing LPG connection at doorstep without visiting the LPG distributors. ठीक है? Uday scheme is related to electricity and Udan scheme is related to aviation. ठीक है? Okay. Which one of the following, last question for today, which one of the following is not an objective under Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, PMKSY? Providing subsidies to use fertilizer, HYV and pesticides? अच्छा, you chose Pehel as the answer, है ना? हाँ, तो यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन है which one of the following is the name of the scheme introduced as a well targeted system of service delivery to LPG customers? सर्विस डिलीवरी की बात कर रहे हैं ना? तो यहाँ पे सिर्फ सर्विस डिलीवरी की बात हो रही है. देखो, पहल स्कीम में क्या है, एलपीजी सिलेंडर्स आर सोल्ड एट नॉन सब्सिडाइज्ड प्राइस एंड एप्लीकेबल सब्सिडी आर ट्रांसफर डायरेक्टली टू बैंक अकाउंट. सहज क्या है, द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सब्सक्रिप्शन वाउचर है ये, विच इज ईमेल टू कस्टमर अपॉन रिलीज ऑफ एलपीजी कनेक्शन ऑनलाइन. तो ये सर्विस डिलीवरी से रिलेटेड है. This facility enables the customer to register, making payment online for availing LPG connection at doorstep. तो सर्विस डिलीवरी तो सहज से रिलेटेड है. ठीक है. ओके, सर्विस डिलीवरी की बात कर रहे हैं यहाँ. ओके, चलो. Which is not an objective under Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, providing subsidies to use fertilizer, HYV and pesticides to achieve convergence of investments in irrigation at the field level, to expand cultivable area under assured irrigation, or improving on-farm water use efficiency. What's the answer? अच्छा, 84 ए आपने बोला. हाँ, तो 84 का ए ही है मनीष, यू आर राइट. 85 का आंसर इज ए. वेरी गुड. The major objective of PMKSY is to achieve convergence of investments in irrigation at the field level, expand cultivable area under assured irrigation, improve on farm water use efficiency to reduce wastage of water, enhance the adoption of precision irrigation and other water saving technologies, more crop for drop वाला part है ना, enhance recharge of aquifers and introduce sustainable water conservation practices. ठीक है, तो ये हो गए आपके जो पॉवर्टी एंड गवर्नेंस से रिलेटेड जो क्वेश्चंस है वो तो ये. ठीक है, अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट वी आर लॉन्चिंग दिस यूपीएससी ईपीएफओ का कोर्स, कंप्लीट कोर्स, जिसमें आपको हम सब क्लासेस, लाइव क्लासेस अवेलेबल रहेंगी, समरी नोट्स ऑफ ऑल सब्जेक्ट्स, वीकली एंड मंथली करंट अफेयर्स कवरेज, 20 full length and 45 sectional mocks. So you can enroll now in this complete course if you want. 11th या 15th अगस्त से ये शुरू हो जाएगा. So that is all from my side. Thank you so much. If there's someone new here and wants to connect with me beyond these sessions, तो Mannat Educator is my Telegram handle. ठीक है, तो Mannat Educator मेरा Telegram handle है, आप यहाँ पे मुझसे connect कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, okay. ओके, आई होप दिस क्लास वाज बेनिफिशियल फॉर यू. ठीक है, ऐसे ही आपको पीवाईक्यू सब्जेक्ट वाइज मिलेंगे ताकि आपको पता चल जाए कि आपने तैयारी कैसे करनी है, किस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. ठीक है, ओके, ऑलराइट, यू आर वेलकम. नागेंद्र, शिल्पी, मनीष, thank you so much. I'm going to meet you now tomorrow at 8 a.m. with the alignment analysis. ठीक है, 8 a.m. पे alignment analysis होगी, so I will connect with you at that point of time. If there is any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. नहीं तो let's end the session over here. ठीक है, okay then. Thank you. Bye bye and